Hey, how's it going, everyone? It is Dragon. We're back with another chapter of Fairy Tale 100 Year Quest, chapter 167, A Friend Waiting on Savage Seas. And the cover page for this chapter has Lucy and Brandish on it, which I honestly didn't even think it was Lucy at first just because of the hair, since it's so radically different from what Lucy's regularly is. But then I saw the guild mark on the hand and I was like, oh my goodness, this is Lucy. It is such a fun cover for the two of them, especially since a majority of this chapter literally just focuses on the two of them. So you pick up the chapter with Lucy and Brandish continuing their fight against the dragonized version of Caramel. She's gearing up to do an attack against the two of them, and I find this so incredibly fun that Brandish enlarges the coral reef to block this attack. And honestly, this fight doesn't really last long at all because Brandish just enlarges her fist and sends her flying. So she basically pulls a team rocket on her and sends her blasting off. Kinda love that Brandish brings up the fact that they had swapped the bodies in a previous arc and like what the heck was that about. It's kind of nice to see Brandish more in a calm, relaxing, fun mood because she literally says, I guess it's cool, I had fun. And even Lucy's like, why the heck are you here? Because you were in this town before searching for Aquarius' key and, you know, you'd gone already. So, like, why the heck did you come back? And that's when you get Brandish saying, don't you sense it? Within the giant lacrima that's turning the townspeople into dragons. And sure enough, as Lucy looks at that lacrima, she actually sees Aquarius' key within it. Interesting that Brandish followed Aquarius' magic to the key and that Lucy didn't really pick up on it at all. Yes, Lucy immediately starts tearing up that Aquarius is finally here, but they waste no time in going for this thing because she bolts for that lacrima to go get that key. And it's really not going to be that easy because Brandish immediately blocks her saying, hey, I can't let you have this one. She belongs to me. She's not yours. And I mean, Lucy tries to defend it by saying she's not a possession, that she's her friend. And before they get any time to argue whatsoever, that's when you get the water dragon god showing up, wrapping himself around that lacrima. And I love that Brandish actually specifically calls out Natsu and Happy, like, where the heck are they? Like, why can't they just help us in this situation? Which, even if they had Natsu right now, he'd be entirely useless because they're completely underwater and Natsu couldn't use his Dragon Slayer magic while underwater. And I was wondering about this, did they give Lucy a Dragon Slayer enchantment, which it turns out probably not, because both of them are basically like, well, our magic doesn't work on dragons, so we're just gonna have to try and destroy this lacrima and hope he stops being mad. So Lucy tries to draw the attention of the water dragon god and asks Brandish to destroy the lacrima. I think honestly this line of dialogue is changing Brandish's perspective on getting Aquarius' key, because Lucy is, you know, obviously selflessly attacking the water dragon god while letting Brandish go grab the key, and Brandish literally says, I might just take the key since you're distracted, but Lucy literally says, you're not that sort of person, and it causes Brandish to look back at her. I honestly think it probably did change her perspective a bit. And at the same time, Lucy is trying to talk to the water dragon god and snap him out of his mindless rage, saying moments that have happened in the past and how he is a good guy and tries to coexist with humans. I kind of love how they segue these panels into one another because Lucy gets shot out from the water. The water dragon god is literally about to eat her, and I love how the next panel has it like Natsu slamming an enemy to the ground, almost making it seem like Natsu came there to save her, but no, he actually did not. He's just straight up smashing Brian into the ground. Kind of a cool fake out, because honestly it does make it seem like it's Natsu saving her, but it is not. And the final page of this chapter is Lucy being eaten by the water dragon god. And I don't know if it's Lucy saying this or who's saying it, but it says humans cannot beat dragons, and she's getting chomped down on. And with that is the end of our chapter, so my thoughts. You dang well know Lucy is not dead in any way, shape, or form. She either has like Horologium Saver or potentially Gemini. Could be kind of wild if they pull like an Ant-Man, because Lucy actually could damage him from the inside. It's like the scales that usually block regular magic to where you only need Dragon Slayer magic to damage a dragon. So could Lucy potentially kill him from the inside? And like, could Brandish make Lucy gigantic inside of him, kind of doing an Ant-Man and Thanos situation? Actually, legit, her getting swallowed inside of the dragon is actually potentially a really beneficial situation. Very cool that we're at the moment of Aquarius' key and you have two people adamantly fighting to get that key. I think with Lucy saying her dialogue and obviously crying about Aquarius, the chapter, she has so much more of a personal connection to Aquarius than I think Brandish does. And the fact that obviously she views Aquarius as a friend, and Brandish really just sees her as a memento of her mom, but it doesn't seem like she really has that much of a connection with her, at least to the same level that Lucy does. I don't know, kind of the dialogue that Lucy had with her, I almost still feel that Brandish isn't just going to straight up steal it from her and she will actually potentially give it to Lucy. Or who knows, you could like do something absolutely wild, like what's to say that they couldn't do like a joint contract on Aquarius? Because no one's ever explicitly stated that it has to be only one person and that they couldn't share the power. Overall, I really enjoyed this chapter. It was a great setup. Obviously, you're building the stakes by adding Aquarius into the picture and the water dragon god. So what are your guys' thoughts on this chapter? Leave it in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and this is Draco signing out.